And then we expect to be in production with the Cybercab, which is really highly optimized for autonomous transport.
If you could see the Cybercab production line running at Giga Texas, you'd understand why Elon Musk has the confidence to say Tesla could produce millions of these vehicles every year. It honestly doesn't even look like a traditional car factory. It looks more like a money printing machine. Even though the Cybercab robotaxi is Tesla's simplest vehicle, with more than 50% fewer parts than a Model 3, only 2 seats, no steering wheel, no pedals, and a huge amount of open space for luggage, the production line itself is unlike anything Tesla has ever built before. Tesla isn't simply taking old manufacturing methods and applying them to this new vehicle. They're doing things very differently. And that's a big reason why the Cybercab can be produced at such a low cost and why Tesla believes it can eventually build millions of them every year at Giga Texas. That's also why production numbers are ramping up so quickly, even though the production line has only just started up. So, what exactly makes the Cybercab production line so special? What new technologies does it inherit, and what makes this manufacturing system so different from anything Tesla has done before? What you're about to hear is going to be pretty incredible. There's a huge contradiction here. Tesla's simplest vehicle actually requires the most complex, bold, and unconventional production line the company has ever built. But when you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. We all know Tesla is really good at building expensive cars, but they've barely ever made a vehicle that costs less than $35,000. In other words, Tesla has never really figured out how to mass-produce truly affordable cars. If Tesla simply took the Model 3 production line, changed a few machines, and started building Cybercabs on it, the cost wouldn't come down by much, even if the Cybercab had far fewer parts. Elon Musk has also admitted that Tesla doesn't want a simple vehicle like the Cybercab to slowly move through hundreds of different production stations, the same way cars have been assembled for more than a century. That process is simply not efficient enough. So instead, Elon Musk says Tesla has been trying to build a manufacturing system that goes far beyond anything currently being used in the automotive industry, all for the purpose of producing this one vehicle.
The thing that's most interesting about this is the production system. It's a level of production technology that is far in advance of any automotive plant on Earth.
At the Model Y production line at Tesla's Texas factory, the car's body is made up of hundreds of different metal panels. These panels are stamped, moved to the welding area, and assembled into the vehicle's body structure. The body then goes through the paint shop, gets dried, and continues along a final assembly line that stretches for miles. At this stage, the vehicle is essentially an empty shell. One by one, it receives the wiring harness, air conditioning system, windows, carpeting, seats, dashboard, doors, steering wheel, braking system, and hundreds of other components. Every vehicle has to move through these stations in a more or less fixed sequence. The next step can only begin once the previous one has been completed. It's an efficient system, but it has one major weakness. If even a single station encounters a problem, the entire production line can slow down. A welding robot going offline, a part arriving late, or an electrical connection that can't be properly installed can all create a bottleneck. And when you're producing hundreds of thousands of vehicles every year, losing just a few seconds at each step can add up to thousands of hours of wasted time across the entire factory. Tesla understands this problem all too well. The company went through what Elon Musk famously called production hell while ramping up Model 3 production. At the time, Musk believed that extreme automation could solve almost everything. But reality forced Tesla to remove some of the machinery, bring people back onto the production line, and rework the entire system while the company was under enormous pressure. And yeah, the Cybercab gives Tesla a chance to start over. Instead of putting the entire vehicle on one long assembly line and installing every component in sequence, Tesla wants to break the Cybercab down into large modules that can be completed in parallel. The front section could be assembled in one area. The rear section could be completed somewhere else. The doors, exterior body panels, floor, battery pack, seats, and interior could all be handled on separate branches of the production system. Only after these modules are completed would they be brought together at a central area and assembled into a finished Cybercab. You may have heard of something called the unboxed process, because we've talked about it in some of our previous videos. But this time we're going to take a much closer look at how it actually works. Yeah, the Cybercab depends heavily on the unboxed process. With this approach, different parts of the vehicle remain open and accessible through much of the manufacturing process. Robots and workers can reach components directly from multiple directions. Seats can be installed onto the floor before the upper body is closed up, and wiring can be installed while each module is still in an easy-to-access position. The exterior body panels also don't necessarily have to be installed too early, where they could be exposed to scratches and damage during dozens of subsequent assembly steps. A simple way to picture it is this. Instead of building an entire house from the ground up in one continuous process, you finish each room separately and then bring those rooms together to form the completed house. In theory, this approach could reduce the amount of factory floor space required, shorten the distance components have to travel, and allow multiple processes to happen at the same time. And if one branch of the production system runs into a problem, the other branches can continue operating for a certain period of time, instead of the entire factory coming to a standstill immediately. But this is also where the Cybercab production line becomes incredibly difficult to pull off. Assembling each module separately isn't particularly hard. The real challenge is getting every module to the point of integration at exactly the right time, in exactly the right position, with tolerances that are almost non-existent. That's why, even though Tesla introduced the concept back in 2023, it wasn't until 2026 that the company was able to complete roughly 70% of the production line. Tesla spent more than 3 years calculating the exact speeds, ratios, and millimeter-level tolerances required for each module as the system operates. And even today, the system still isn't fully complete. That's one reason the Cybercab hasn't ramped up production as quickly as expected. This is no longer simply a car manufacturing problem. It's a synchronization problem involving thousands of robots, sensors, controllers, and transportation systems, all working together with the precision of one enormous clock. And Tesla is betting that it can make this system work faster than any traditional automotive assembly line. The Cybercab was designed from the very beginning to fit this manufacturing approach. 2 seats make the cabin simpler. No steering wheel or pedals means much of the mechanical structure around the driver's position can be eliminated. Without a traditional instrument cluster, the dashboard can be made much simpler. Fewer buttons, fewer wires, and fewer moving parts ultimately mean fewer assembly operations. But reducing the number of components is only the first step. Tesla also has to rethink how the Cybercab's exterior body is actually made. And the wiring is another technology being developed specifically for the Cybercab. To be honest, the Cybercab has a paint color that immediately stands out. It's almost impossible to confuse it with any other vehicle on the road, whether it's day or night. The early prototypes seen at the beginning of this year featured a matte yellow finish, but the production versions have shifted to a glossy yellow. However, what most people don't realize is that this yellow isn't applied the same way Tesla paints the Model Y or Model 3. Instead, the color is formed directly during the molding process of the exterior panels. The technology behind this is called reaction injection molding, or RIM, and it could allow Tesla to eliminate much of the traditional painting process from Cybercab production. In a traditional automotive factory, the paint shop is often one of the most expensive, complex, and energy-intensive areas of the entire facility. After the body is welded together, it has to go through multiple stages of cleaning, surface treatment, corrosion protection, primer, base coat, clear coat, and then massive curing ovens. The entire process is not only time-consuming but also requires highly controlled air filtration, dust management, chemical handling, and temperature monitoring. Even a tiny speck of dust landing on the surface during painting can force an entire body panel to be reworked. And for a vehicle expected to operate as an affordable robo-taxi, running continuously on the road, spending so much time and money creating a flawless paint finish may simply not make sense. So Elon Musk wants to solve that problem by putting the color directly into the material as the exterior panel is formed. The process is actually pretty simple to understand. Instead of stamping a steel panel, sending it through a paint shop and waiting hours for it to be fully finished, Tesla can inject 2 liquid components into a mold. The 2 materials react with each other, harden, and form a polymer exterior panel with its shape, surface finish, and color already nearly complete. In other words, the body panel can come straight out of the mold with the Cybercab's signature yellow color, without having to go through the entire traditional paint process. That could potentially cut processing time from hours down to just a few minutes. When the rim process is combined with the unboxed process, the exterior panels don't necessarily have to be installed on the vehicle early in the production process. They can be molded separately, inspected separately, and finished separately, then added near the end of the assembly line. This reduces the risk of the panels getting scratched while robots and workers are installing the interior, electrical systems, or mechanical components. It sounds almost perfect, but RIM isn't completely risk-free. The polymer panels still have to withstand intense sunlight and heat, freezing temperatures, road debris, car wash chemicals, and thousands of temperature cycles over the vehicle's lifetime. The color also has to remain consistent between panels produced at different times. If the door has even a slightly different shade of yellow than the rest of the body, the mismatch could become extremely obvious under certain lighting conditions. And that's only the second major technology built into the Cybercab production line. There are currently around 500 Cybercabs, and they are still in the testing phase across multiple states in the US. Some fleets have already begun operating without supervision, with no human driver sitting inside the vehicle. And now we get to another technology Tesla is developing specifically for the Cybercab, an automated cleaning robot designed to keep the vehicle ready for its next passenger. If food gets stuck on the seats, trash ends up on the floor, or mud blocks one of the cameras, the vehicle can become effectively blind and unsafe. That's why Tesla is developing a two-layer cleaning system. One system that works quickly while the vehicle is on the road, and another professional cleaning system at dedicated service hubs. First, there's the onboard system. The Cybercab can have small cleaning nozzles positioned near its cameras. When sensors detect dirt or debris, the system can spray windshield washer fluid or compressed air to clean the lens almost immediately. It's basically like a windshield wiper, but designed specifically for the vehicle's eyes. That means the Cybercab doesn't necessarily have to return to the hub every time a camera gets slightly dirty, but the more important part is the interior cleaning robot. It isn't permanently installed inside every vehicle. Instead, it stays at dedicated hubs where Cybercabs can recharge, undergo inspections, and get cleaned. When a vehicle finishes a trip or needs cleaning, it can drive itself back to the hub. The doors open, and a large robotic arm, similar to the industrial robots used on factory floors, reaches into the cabin. The arm is designed to automatically switch between different attachments. One attachment can vacuum up trash, dirt, and food crumbs. Another can use a gripper to pick up water bottles or bags left behind by passengers. And a soft cleaning pad can wipe down the seats, door handles, and the large touchscreen without scratching the surfaces. The entire process happens automatically and quickly, without anyone having to stand nearby. Then there are the dedicated vehicle washing stations,